Ladies and gentlemen, this is an article that came out January 17th, 2019 in the Daily Mail. Nordic countries are desperate for babies. Falling birth rates could see an end to region's generous welfare state model. So the Nordic states that they're referring to are Norway, Finland, and Iceland, where they have seen historic lows in those nations when it comes down to babies. Nordic countries are desperate for babies amid fears falling birth rates could see an end to the region's generous welfare state model. The Nordic regions have long been a bastion of strong fertility rates on an old continent that is rapidly getting older. So, just like most European nations, they have a bigger elderly population, and the babies don't really, it's falling behind as far as covering those that are dying. So, more dying than being born, just like we see all over the globe now, especially in these European nations. But they are now experiencing a decline that threatens their cherished welfare model, which is funded by taxpayers. Okay. Norway's Prime Minister, Erna Solberg, I guess this woman in the picture here, wow. Some of these European women are hard to look at, issued a desperate plea to citizens and said Norway needs more children as she raised concerns over the amount of children being born. Norway needs more children. I don't think I need to tell everyone how this is done. Wow. In the coming decades, we will encounter problems with this model, Prime Minister Erna Solberg warned Norwegians in her New Year's speech. There will be fewer young people to bear the increasingly heavy burden of the welfare state. Norway, Finland, and Iceland birth rates dropped to historic lows in 2017, with 1.49 to 1.71 children born per woman. Wow. Yeah, they're looking bad. Just a few years earlier, the birth rates hovered close to the 2.1 level required for their population to remain stable. In all of the Nordic countries, birth rates started dropping in the years after 2008 financial crisis. University of Oslo sociologist Trude Lappegard told AFP, the crisis is over now, but it's still falling. From Copenhagen to North Cape, from Helsinki to Reykjavik, demographics across the Nordic reveal two things. There are fewer large families, and women are waiting longer before having their first child. There is no single explanation but financial uncertainty and a sharp rise in housing costs are seen as likely factors. And well, see, that's the problem with these folks that are running the world. You know, the funny part is they think they're doing a great job running the world, but they are discouraging people to even want to have families. The cost of living is way too high. And people are afraid to bring another child into that. They can barely take care of themselves. You know, maybe if you didn't make everything so damn unaffordable, people would want children. And not only that, these policies that you have in place on jobs when people are out on maternity leave are horrible. You can tell a female did not come up with this stuff. It is very obvious. These systems pay for, among other things, lengthy parental leaves, which in Sweden can last up to 480 days. Well, see, there you go. They get to have a lot of time off to spend with their children. In America, it's 6 weeks and then off back to work again. And they are looking at you like you crazy when you say that's not enough time. Ooh, man, these people are silly. Okay, experts present differ diagnosis and prescriptions to remedy the situation. In Norway, one economist concerned about the effect the slowing demographic will have on economic growth has suggested giving women 500,000 kroner. I guess that's equivalent to 42,000 pounds in pension savings for each child born. Another suggested that, on the contrary, women in Norway who reach the age of 50 without having had a child should be paid 1 million kroner, since children also cost society a lot. Finnish municipalities have already decided to loosen their purse strings to encourage locals to get busy under the covers. Wow. In the town of Haikela, home of 2,000 people, is offering 10,000. I guess their money, their foreign currency for each baby born. I guess that's 10,000 kroner for each baby born and raised in the municipality. The number of childless individual is growing rapidly, and the number of women having 3 or more children is going down. This kind of fall is unheard of in modern times in Finland. Okay, in Denmark, Copenhagen has meanwhile turned its attention to men who are in less of a hurry to become parents with women, with a campaign aimed at raising awareness about how sperm quality declines with age. The Nordic region already boasts a wealth of family friendly initiatives, such as flexible work hours, a vast network of affordable daycares, and generous parental leave systems. But when all of that is still not enough to encourage people to have more children, immigration can be a lifeline. See, they're all relying on immigration. Immigration is not going to do what they think, or a threat, depending on the point of view. Sweden may have a falling birth rate, but it still comes in second in the EU behind France, with 1.85 children born per woman in 2016. That is largely due to Sweden's decades long history of immigration. Immigrant women tend to have more children than the average Swede, with 2.6 children per woman in recent years. The town of Aneby in southern Sweden has one of the highest rates in the country, a phenomena attributed to the fact that it opened its doors to immigrants 2 decades ago. So it's because of the immigrants. It's not because of the Swedes at all. Aneby welcomed around 225. Oh, they're Africans. They got Africans. No wonder it's 2.6 per children. They got Eritreans from Africa in the early 90s, and just after that, it took in refugees from the Balkans. 1994 was the demographic record for the town. Okay, so they took in, yeah, well, that's why it boosts up, because you got them Africans there. The population growth among minorities has also fueled fears. A former justice minister in Norway, Per Willy Amundsen, of the populist far right, made headlines when he called for family allowances to be reduced after a third child. He stated the goal was to stop Somalis. See, them Africans are coming in there having babies like rabbits, you know. He stated the goal was to stop Somalis who he said had a higher birth production rate than ethnic Norwegians. So he tried to put stuff in place to stop the Somalis from reproducing so much in Norway. Oh, mommy, they're producing more than us. Sound like Pharaoh, don't it, y'all? Back when the Israelites were producing more babies than the Egyptians. He sounds like Pharaoh. But please tell me what you think, ladies and gentlemen. They're struggling just like all of the European nations are struggling with children, including America and Canada, and parts of South America and those islands. They're struggling. But please tell me what you think. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.